And it's called Bluesky.
It is called Bluesky.
Bluesky seems to be gaining in popularity.
So what is Bluesky and why are people clamoring to join it?
They say it's like Twitter, but decentralized, and it's called Bluesky. Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and model Chrissy Teigen, who are both were prolific on Twitter, are among hundreds of thousands who've already been invited and downloaded the app. Twitter founder Jack Dorsey is funding its development. Bluesky launched on Apple services in February, and it's about to come to Android devices later this month.
All right, people, we got to talk about this new social media company, Bluesky, and what's going on. So this is a New York Times article about Bluesky. Now, remember when Jack Dorsey ran Twitter? Here is the New York Post reporting on it. So Jack Dorsey ran Twitter, and he actually said Elon was good for Twitter, and it would be great that Elon bought Twitter. Now, a couple of people noticed some things, obviously, right? Jack Dorsey, he would be getting billions of dollars if Elon bought Twitter, which he did. So he became an instant multi-billionaire. Elon bought his shares and now Elon owns Twitter. So he was like, yeah, Elon, buy Twitter, buy Twitter. So Elon did that. Remember this whole, him bringing a kitchen sink into Twitter HQ, fired a whole bunch of people, and he started changing the Twitter landscape. Now let's get back to the New York Times and talk about Bluesky. Now, I think this is fascinating. So all the people who built Twitter and made all that money, the Jack Dorseys of the world and all those people, they sold Twitter to Elon for the $40 billion. They pocketed all that cash. Elon took Twitter, and things aren't going that great for Elon. I think Twitter is down from $40 billion in value to about $20 billion in value. So the old people at Twitter, the people who sold Twitter originally, said, well, hey, what we can do is we could sell Elon Twitter and then create a new Twitter and claim it's better than the old Twitter. And that is what they are doing. And to make it very familiar, they are calling it Bluesky. So this is what's going on. Essentially, they're remaking Twitter under this moniker named Bluesky and seemingly going to rip all those Twitter users from Elon, bring them to Bluesky, and leave Elon with essentially a $40 billion loss. This program looks and feels like Twitter. So let's read the article. The buzz this week around Bluesky, a new social media platform being called Twitter 2.0, has been intense. I told you guys, Bluesky is just Twitter made by the people who originally made Twitter. Prominent Twitter users such as Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, Democrat of New York, and the model and cookbook author Chrissy Teigen have joined. Thousands of others are begging for invitations to it. And here's this guy on Twitter. If anyone has a Bluesky invite for me, I'd be grateful. So these are people begging to get on the Bluesky. Some Twitter users have been looking for an alternative social media platform since Elon Musk bought the company, because Elon Musk said he wasn't going to do this harsh censorship of ideas. He's going to let points and counterpoints just kind of explode on the platform. And, you know, a lot of people want a very censored Twitter type environment. So that's why you had a lot of people looking for alternatives. They're essentially looking for echo chambers. And Elon is made sure that Twitter is not an echo chamber. Bluesky users say the app, which was funded by a Twitter founder, Jack Dorsey, has come the closest to mimicking Twitter's tone and feel. Here's what to know about it. So what is Bluesky? Well, Bluesky is a social media network that offers many of the same core features that Twitter does. Users can post short text and photo updates, reply to each other, and share other people's posts. The app, which is still in development, became available for iOS devices, this is Apple devices, in February, and for Android devices this month. Jay Graber, Bluesky's chief executive officer, said in a blog post last month that it was no coincidence that the app looked like Twitter. But unlike Twitter, Bluesky plans to be a decentralized system, meaning people may eventually be able to build their own apps and communities within it. Ms. Graber said it was designed that way so that no individual could create rules for an entire Bluesky community. All right, so how is Bluesky different than Twitter? Because right now it's just essentially seeming that Bluesky is Twitter just repackaged with a different name. Let's see what this article says. It says Bluesky also operates using an open protocol. This is unusual because social media platforms have traditionally been walled gardens, meaning that what is posted on an individual's platform remains only on that platform. Okay. For instance, your tweets show up on Twitter and your photos show up on Instagram, but they cannot be easily cross-posted across those social networks. That's not true though. Well, I know with YouTube you can post a YouTube video on Twitter and actually play it on Twitter. So the article goes on to say, but because Bluesky is trying to be more open, it could someday allow posts to flow between different social media platforms with ease. Last month, a Bluesky user speculated that the app's name came from Mr. Dorsey's desire to transform Twitter into an open protocol, freeing Twitter's bird mascot to a quote-unquote blue sky. And Mr. Dorsey responded with, yes. So this is a power grab from the people who built Twitter to kind of get Twitter back and just name it something else. Bluesky. So how do you join Bluesky? Well, it's just invite only. With Bluesky still in development, it is currently invitation only. The app is building moderation tools before opening up to the general public. Ms. Graber said in a post on the platform last month, to sign up, people need an invitation code from a current user. So if you know somebody who already is in the Bluesky, you can get an invite to join Bluesky. Now, the New York Times is going to tell us why Bluesky is becoming so popular, so let's listen to what they're saying. Since Mr. Musk bought Twitter, he has changed the service by removing restrictions around online speech on the platform and changed its verification practices. Those have led to some users' confusion, as well as to an increase in misinformation and hate speech on the platform. So you guys don't have to. I clicked this link that says increase in misinformation and hate speech on the platform. Now, that link takes you to this article. So what I was expecting after reading this article was some type of statistics that show, okay, here's the amount of hate speech before these changes were made, and here's the amount of hate speech after these changes were made. And then just so we can clearly see, okay, there is more hate speech. But this isn't saying anything about that. The only thing this article points to is certain, yes, there is hate speech on every platform, YouTube included, but what they're doing is showing these like little occurrences and then saying that, hey, this is, just because one person tweeted out something bad, that means there's a rise of hate speech on the platform. And that is not true. That is not true, even though they have some minor incidents, one or two incidents of people, maybe playing out some disinformation or maybe even having some hate speech. But that doesn't mean that there was an increase in hate speech on the platform. So the New York Times is just trying to say, hey, listen, we have a link here to some article that says there's more hate speech on Twitter and there's no more hate speech. And, just believe us, because most people aren't going to read through the article like I did. I actually read through it and it doesn't prove anything. It just literally just says there's more hate speech on Twitter and we're supposed to just take their word for it. Now, look, even if you type in the word hate, right? Hate speech, it's only mentioned once. The word hate is mentioned once. So they're not displaying any type of hate speech. They're not proving anything. Only thing they're doing is telling you there's more hate speech and hoping that you're dumb enough to just believe it. Again, this is the New York Times doing this. Now, to show you how desperate the New York Times and the media wants you to believe that the hate speech on Twitter is rampant, here's Elon challenging the BBC's reporter when he tried to make the same claim. And Elon pushed back. Listen to how BS these claims of the rise of hate speech on Twitter is. Check this out.
Well, hang on a second. You said you've seen more hateful content, but you can't name a single example, not even one.
I'm not sure I've used that feed for the last 3 or 4 weeks. And
then how did you see the hateful content?
Because I've been using Twitter since you've taken it over for the last 6 months.
Okay, so then you must have at some point seen for you hateful content. I'm asking for one example.
Right.
And you can't give a single one.
And I'm saying
I say, sir, that you don't know what you're talking about.
Really?
Yes, because you can't give me a single example of hateful content, not even one tweet, and yet you claimed that the hateful content was high.
Well,
that's false.
No, what I claimed...
You just lied.
What? No.
So as you can see, the New York Times is just literally just throwing out nonsense lies to try to promote Bluesky over Twitter. That's what this is. Just throw out, hey, there's an increase in misinformation and hate speech, and nobody's going to read the second article. You're going to take it as face because the New York Times put a link to it, but it's all BS. It's all lies. The article goes on to say, as a result, Twitter users have tested out alternatives. In recent months, some have migrated to Mastodon, another decentralized social media platform that has said it aims to be a viable Twitter alternative. Now, Bluesky was originally limited to a small group of tech insiders. On Thursday, several prominent Twitter accounts and public figures such as AOC, Tegan, we heard about this already, and social media star Drill joined the platform, creating a buzz around it. Here they go, screaming, yay, the experiment in decentralizing naming. So they're going to call their tweets skeets. Like, really? Guys, please don't let skeets stick. How about Scots or Scoots? Bluesky users appear to be having fun with the app's similarities to Twitter. Yeah, because it is Twitter. It's Twitter, just we're going with another name. And instead of calling them tweets, we're going to call them skeets. This is Twitter, people, including calling post on the app skeets as they play on tweets. Not even a plea from Miss Graber on Thursday could change the name seems to have deterred them. So yeah, she's begging for them to change the name, but no. It's skeets because that's what you guys are doing. You guys have a Twitter, and the New York Post, this article from the New York Post, what it's supposed to do is supposed to tell you Twitter is a place where it's misinformation and hate speech. Bluesky is going to be the alternative. There's not going to be any misinformation and hate speech. Everybody's going over to join, so go join. And by just throwing out those wild accusations with, again, no evidence to back it up, right? Just lying and saying that Twitter's full of hate speech, they're hoping to get more people to join Bluesky. But what do you guys think? Do you think Bluesky is going to beat Twitter? Now, I'm going to say this, though. The blue check mark thing with Elon was a disaster. He should have just left the blue check, the verified blue check mark. He should have left that alone. But he didn't, so be it, right? Think about this. If you have, let's say LeBron James, who has X amount of millions of Twitter followers, right? And who's extremely famous, the greatest basketball player on the planet. And he's on your platform for free, and only thing you had to do was give him a blue check mark. Why not give him a blue check mark? Just the fact that he's on your platform gives you so much clout, so much money, so many people, so much traffic, because people want to see what he does. So I would think you want to take care of those people. But by charging those people $8, LeBron James could go to any platform he goes to will pay him to be on the platform. But he's on your platform for free. So I think Elon was penny wise and pound foolish. But again, that is my thing with the whole blue check mark thing. But at the end of the day, I think Twitter has a problem, because if the celebrities and the people who you go to Twitter to interact with leave Twitter and go to Bluesky, then guess who are going to follow them? Those people who love these people, those people who like to troll these people, those people who like to interact with these people, they're going to go to. And those millions and millions of followers are going to head over to Bluesky and do the Bluesky thing. And Twitter is going to be a wasteland. Now, there's still going to be conservatives and things. And I think people who are, like, I'm still going to be on Twitter because I support Elon's mission. But I don't think we can fool ourselves to think that Bluesky is not a serious threat to the Twitter world. And Elon, I think, has made a lot of his problems his own problem. But let me know what you guys think. Do you think Bluesky is going to make a dent in the Twitter wars, or do you think Bluesky is destined to fail? I honestly think if things keep going the way they are, I think Twitter has a problem. And again, don't forget, Twitter is only half the value it was when Elon bought it a couple of months ago. So with Bluesky coming on now, that essentially is made by the same people who made the old Twitter, saying that, hey, we're going to bring Twitter back to what it was, I think Elon's got a problem. But let me know in the comment section what you think. My name is Nate the Lawyer, and I'll see you next time. Peace.